time, there have been controversies as to whether service here is to be scrapped or not. Yeah, there is advantage to going for service here, and there is also disadvantage to it. Let's get it rolling.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Talita, your faith, lifestyle, womanhood and creativity channel. You know how it rolls. If you're a new subscriber, please go to the link below and subscribe. And if this is your first time of coming to this YouTube channel, please do that. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always coming back. I remain your girl, Allawee. We're going to be discussing something that is like after school going for service year. I could remember when I went to serve 2016, like it's just like yesterday, and then we were collecting 19.8, and as at then it was worse. People were saying there is no money. I served in local jar where people were saying things are expensive, but the truth is I got two sewing machines during that period. I got them, and all I had to do were these practical steps. One, I had a skill before going for service. The truth is they are paying 33k, I heard, but the truth is 33k will not be enough. You know, the skyrocketing of food prices, especially if you're in a confluence center, a place where it's a capital city, which is a capital city, you need to devise a means. You need to look for extra income. And I tell people, service here is a time to make money too, and to have a course of your life directed. It's a time to have a think of the direction of your life. Yes, I understand that you want to work in an office, but most core members nowadays, they are posted in schools, and maybe you close by 2. I wasn't even posted in a school. I was posted in a place where I worked from 8 to 5 to even weekend. But the only saving grace was because I had a skill, and that is still buttressed to a lot of people are graduated now, and yet they've not gone for service. Use this period to look for things. Stop saying you want to look for a job that will pay you. There are times you need to invest in what will bring money to you later on. So if you're learning a skill, I feel the best time now is to learn the skill well. When you get to service, it will be useful for you. It will be so useful for you. I don't know the skill you're doing. When you get to service and maybe you were posted to a place that you don't really like, maybe you were posted to a school, it's a new place, but along the line you'll be able to make your money. Learn things that are useful. Learn. And as much as you want to learn, make sure that you perfect. Even if you've not perfected it, there's something called, I was talking to somebody going for comment, but very soon I was like, okay, do you know what they call SAID? I'm like, SAID is skill acquisition and entrepreneurial development. That is done during NYSC. I also advise that whatever you learn before going for NYSC, I would advise you go through that part in the orientation camp. They are going to teach you that. I would advise you go through that in the orientation camp, and that way you can master. I learned how to make, I'm a fashion designer, and when I went to camp, the only time I joined during orientation camp was I went to learn leather works. But as soon as I left camp, I went back to my fashion designing work to tailor. That was what I tailored. And I tell you, I also learned some things along the fashion designing that if people did not bring clothes, then I could make bags for them. I could do some things for them. And that way I was able to make money. I think I wrote 2 professional exams during this period with my money. I was sending money home to my sisters. I was collecting 19.8 for crying out loud. And at the same time, I was able to buy the things I need. I remember when I came back from service, the things I have, do you know how much a sewing machine is? Around 60 something. As at then, that was what I used my money for. And so the truth is 33,500 will not be enough, but you need to plan ahead. How do I do this in service year? What skill can I acquire that when I get to service year to be useful for your fellow corps members, for where you are, even if you're posted to a school, if you're good, fellow teachers will patronize you. You can do it for, there are a lot of things you can do if you're very good at what you do. If you want to go into software, if you're posted to a school, you can develop it for them. Fine, the money might not be much, but you will be making a bit of money through that. To people waiting to go for service, and one thing I did then that helped was, the truth is, my 3-month allowee that is coming, I've shared it. I have different accounts that, let's say I'm collecting 19.8. Next 2 months, I know I want to write an exam. Okay, how much do I set aside that is going to help me? It's funny, some people still collect money from home during service year. Yes, I know there are some places you don't have option that you have to collect, but with proper planning, let's say 2 months time I want to write an exam that is 10k, and I have 2 months in between. I will have said, okay, this month I will separate 5k, next month I will have calculated my allowance. 2 months I'll separate 5k, and once the allowance is coming in, I send it directly to the account that it's supposed to be. That way I'm able to meet up with what I want to do. But if you don't have a proper planning for yourself, you might not be able to meet up. There was no excessive buying. In fact, I remember that when I was about leaving service, I vexed. I went to buy clothes because throughout the 1 year I did not really buy a lot of things, but that really helped me. That 35 is not enough. But my only advice is, get something doing. And the truth is, that thing you're doing may not be yielding too much, but it can serve as a support. And some through service year, I remember somebody that after service year, she could buy a car with what she learned, like what she was doing. Have plans. Even if you cannot learn, have plans. Okay, this is what I want to, my first 3-month allowee. Okay, this is where I'm posted to. What can I buy? What can I be selling to be able to make money with my extra allowee, so that when I come back, if I want to write exam, I can remember when I wanted to go for my second degree, half of some of the money I used were from what I made during service year. And because I had a plan, when I came back, I started with the sewing machine I got. I was able to use to make money, which helped. Then they didn't pay them at home. That way I was able to have a cost for my life. And also, for those of you that want to work in an organization, if you're posted to somewhere, there is need for you to get an internship. Maybe you're waiting for service, or maybe you're serving and you know you have a spare time. Look for an organization around and volunteer for organization. That way you have experience, because when you're done, even while still in school, this is not only to core members alone. While still in school, if you know you're going to be having spare time, look for organizations around. If you're not going to collect money, they will be willing, but that's going to be adding to your CV. That's why some people will come and tell you NYSC certificate is compulsory with work experience 2 years. Where do you want to see the 2 years? So there is need for you to, if you want to work in organizations too, you want to build your CV, you can volunteer for organizations. Like, okay, maybe your CDS is on Friday or Thursday. Okay, you tell them, I'm going to be coming to volunteer for you. I'm going to come to volunteer for you maybe once in a month, or on my CDS days. CDS end marks 10-11. I'm going to be coming around to volunteer, and I'll be leaving this time. That way you can gain experience that you can use. And if you're posted to a school, there are times where they have holidays. You can use that holiday to volunteer in organization. Look for organization relating to your field, and also do that. Now, there are a lot of things you can also do. You can do affiliate marketing. You can go into graphic designing. You can go into fashion designing. You can learn bag making. You can learn a lot of skills that you can learn, some creative skills that will be useful to people irrespective. Now, I have people that made money like during service year, and this is also a time for you to know what next to do. Do I want to go for masters after school, or if I want to go for masters where? Fresh graduates have the opportunity. Do I want to go for masters? Where do I want to go for? Are there grants for me? Are there this for me? Aside making money in the orientation, aside making money during service year, but most importantly too, you need to make money, because if you want to go for masters and there is no scholarship, you need money to do that. You need to learn a skill. You need to develop yourself, because you're going to the real world. whether you like it or not. Develop yourself, learn a skill, be diligent. It shouldn't be easy. I remember that time I work weekends, even sometimes my PPA, but days my CDS days, I struggle, I do my best. Those times in service here, I was making my money and I had plans for it. That is just my advice. There are a lot of people that have one skill or the other that even right from the orientation camp, they are used. And imagine standing in front of fellow corps members and teaching them. The guy that taught us leather works, after when we were done, he gathered us together. After when we were done from orientation camp, he gathered us together and we were coming and we had to pay some tokens. That way he was also able to make money. I hope this tip will be able to help you. If you are a new subscriber, like I said, please comment, share, subscribe, and also click on the notification bell so that when we post a new video, you'll be able to sit back and enjoy. I remain your girl, NYSC ALLAWEE. Thank you.